Alright, good morning. Welcome to Flannery's Farming and Genealogy. My name is Brian Flannery. Today we're going to go on a little blackberry picking adventure, hopefully. Good Lord willing. I'm going to have to set you down while I strap all this on. We got the cows moved this morning over on the strip mine side, so since they're over there, I'm going to take and go back on the other side to an undisclosed location and see about getting these, seeing what the blackberries look like. They're not really full on yet, but they are starting. So we walk around here, and I'm going to take you a little ride on my four-wheeler as I do it. If you watch my tractor video, this is for snakes and such right here. It's a wet time and it's muggy, so we have to be on guard. Never know. I don't like that there, but I think it'll stay there. Okay. And we're gonna put, I say if we pick 2 gallons and we fill these up, we'll come back and get another. We'll empty it out and get some more. What do you think? So, trying to make sure I get all what I need. And I might look for me a bucket to go with. All right. What I have learned in doing this head mount is I have to kind of hold my head down as I do this, so, and I gotta adjust you, well, something along the lines of that, so y'all bear with me. Put it in low range and 4-wheel drive. Clipping this pasture as soon as it's dry enough to get up there on it with a 2-wheel drive tractor. There's some noodles of grass, it just needs to be clipped off. Road has been here all my life. I think my papa made it. They had a dozer for a little while when my dad was a young man, and I believe they made these roads then. If you watch the last video with the cows, you've seen a wire gap. Here's you another one in action. So one of these days I'll try to figure out how to do it, get you a better, what I'm seeing and what you're seeing are the same. So maybe I can get you a mount for some kind of four-wheeler, and I can just take you along that way. I'm a slow learner when it comes to things like this. I have to find out what works for me. I had to fill this four-wheeler up with gas before I turned the cameras on, so I could not, I didn't want to get in a situation, get back here and get stranded. And didn't want to be stranded and then have to walk and then pour the rain, but they're giving more rain here after a while. I eventually want to have this piece of ground here cleaned up where I'm riding. For pasture, it's flat. It'd take a lot of work, but I would like to see it happen one of these years. I don't know when it will, but this might be a dry run. I don't know. I spied some berry vines when I was back here earlier in the year. Say we might be, they might not be none, but we'll see. Different sides of the hills and different way the sun angles has a lot to do with where things grow. Timber grows on certain sides of the hill here better than others. South sides of the hill is usually poorer timber. If you can get the north and the east sides, makes better timber, I've been told. It's been a long time since we actually cut any timber here. Kind of looking to see if anybody's been using this road I cleaned out. I don't know, I can't really tell. Try something different. Well, I thought I was recording, and well, maybe I was. I'll have to go back and check, but we're in our undisclosed location now. There's potential of berries. You'll see. brake was set. I thought it was something was funny. Like they're just coming on back here. Or somebody has picked them on me, but I don't really think yet. The deers might be eating them. There's a few. We're gonna go down to the farthest point and work our way back out. I thought there was way more berry vines than there was. Let's see. All it cost us is a ride back here to look. There's a few, but they're not ripe yet. There's a bunch right there. We'll definitely have to. That's the black gold right there. Well, I'm gonna go to the end and work my way back. All right, I have found maybe a way, if the bugs don't bother me too bad, to let you watch me pick a few berries. Now there's not a whole lot here, and we're just gonna have to move a little bit at a time. But if you can see right there, there's a few, and they're not too bad looking. And you say, man alive, you expect to get 2 gallons? Well, here's the thing, if you take and pick, if you get them, we move you over here for a minute. Let's see if that helps. If you take, whoops. If you take and hit a good patch, it don't take a whole lot to fill a jug. But, you know, that's just the thing. You got to go looking. And if you've ever had blackberry jelly, now I'm not a jam person, and to each his own. But, yeah, I'll just be honest with you. After a while, your eyes get kind of numb to it. But there's going to be a few berries here. They're not going to be huge, but there's a few tip berries, what we call tip berries. Let me see if I can zoom that out. Well, maybe not. Okay. Nope. There's a few more. Let me get you down here where you can see what's going on. If a man had a GoPro, you could probably do a lot better at this, picking blackberries. And I will say this, the first thing you'll get is briars in your fingers, and they hurt. They do definitely hurt. I like picking early of a morning. I mean, at daylight is what I like doing. It was pouring rain and had to move cows and such like that this morning. Um, the dogs are out hunting with me this morning. There's one down in there. A couple more down in yonder. What you doing, Dixie? They like being out with you. Farm dogs, they like it. I don't think there's no more down this way. I'll let you kind of see the view, and we'll probably set it up on time lapse. I wanted to tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a time lapse here. There's a few here. They're really scattered. But I want to do you a time lapse to kind of show you how fast you hit or slow it goes. One thing I want to tell you while I'm talking to you is the music that you're hearing is me playing. I figured to save any copyright infringement some way. Figured I'd just make up my own tunes and play, and it's me playing and all. I will tell you if it's not, but as of right now, there's little sound clips like applause and things. It's not, but anything guitar, banjo, and there'll probably be some mandolin will be me playing. So I'm gonna go put you on time lapse and show you how slow it is. Down in there, how many we got? It's the bottom's barely covered. So you can see how long I was there. I was on time lapse. I know it'll seem quick, but I'm gonna turn and go around the road there a little bit. There's a few more out there in the turn of the road, then we'll go up the hill. All right, we've come on a little bit of a wad of berries, I'll say. There's not many, but maybe I can zoom in and kind of show you. And so I wanted to show you that and talk to you a little bit. Oh yeah, there's a good one. The thing about it is here, what makes it bad is you just have to be so careful with snakes. We've never seen any rattlesnakes here, but we've seen a lot of copperheads, and this day it's about 80 to some degrees and probably about 90% humidity. It's just rained. It's prime time for snakes. Now these berries are really good. They're really big, and so that's always good. What I'll do another year, good Lord willing, is I will take and bring the bush hog back up here closer to time and get closer to the vines. Now if you'll see these here are new, and if what people told me is next year there'll be new berries on them and they'll be big. After the briar comes up, then the next year is when the berries come on pretty good. And where I'm at, there's probably 10 foot or more. I mean, I can see berries way over in there. Of course, man alive, you'd be cut all the pieces getting to them, but you just get what you can get. And I guess if a man was more hungry, he would get more cut up getting the briars. But I tell you what, there's nothing hardly better to me than blackberry jelly on some toast in the morning. Biscuits. I like biscuits just as much as the next person, but I just soon have toast. Biscuits can be some time-consuming things. And when I get up in the morning, I like to eat. That's the first thing I do, most of the time. And I got a big bra right in my hand first. But I usually get up and put on a pot of coffee, and Stacy most of the time makes my breakfast, but sometimes I make it, especially when she's working at school. And I think we might have had maybe a little jelly jar full of this yet, but I get kind of saving of it up in a year. Now it's pretty good stuff. But back to the snakes, I'm rambling, I know, I'm sorry, but you just have to be careful and be aware, be listening. I used to take and wear headphones. I got them Bluetooth headphones that I wear all the time when I'm doing things, but I got to taking them off, and especially doing this kind of work, because that way if you hear, you can hear a snake slithering, you think, oh, I can't do that, but you can. As much bramble and stuff here is under my feet. You can hear the snake. You can hear the leaves rustle. If you've been around it before and heard it, that's the difference. And maybe I'm just overreacting. Something else I want to tell you is I've found is the bigger berries are on the tips, and sometimes the best berries and the biggest amount of berries is where the briars are the most. And I've always took that as a lesson from God, that sometimes we have to fight the briars and the brambles to get to the good fruit. I believe God shows us things in nature. I know when I first realized there was a God, I always knew there was, but when I was really aware of it, is I had a cow have a calf, one of my first cows, and when I seen that cow lick that calf off and had the instinct instilled in that cow and that calf from God, I knew there was a God. And one reason I'm trying to do this more in life is we get so wrapped up in life, quote unquote. We get busy. We can be wide open if we wanted to. And sometimes we just have to take a stop and do a little something we want to do. I'm trying not to tear these other briars down, but I also don't want to get over here without getting ate up. But we need to take time in life to enjoy it. If we're just always worried about the next thing, I've been guilty of that, and I'd say if you're honest with yourself, you have been too. But you're always, well, I got that done. My mom does that a lot, but I mean, she enjoys life. But we got that job done, and then we go on to the next job, and then the next job, and then we don't stop and take a deep breath and look back at what we've done and say, well, thank God that's done. I am slow in whatever I do. I guess, I don't know why, but I guess where I'm so big, or I don't know, but I have to really take my time doing things. The faster I go, the worse it gets. If I take my time and do things, you're probably not gonna be able to hear half of that. I hope I'm wrong, but if you take time and do things right, then you don't have to do it over and over. a few more right up here. And then we'll move on up the ridge here a little bit. I will probably next year, good Lord willing, I will bring the bush hog up here and try to get a little closer. But there's only so many hours in the day, and thankful we can get to what we can get now. Another tip I'll give you, you probably can't see me, I'm probably out of the shot, but another tip I will give you is don't reveal your berry picking place. If you're from around here, you'll probably figure it out fairly quick. And maybe you can call me crazy for even taking you along, but don't reveal it. If you got a good spot, because there's always somebody coming along with cabbage. It used to be a lot worse than it is now. It used to be people would shoo-ee. They'd just about do anything getting in your berry patch. Same way with ginseng. I ain't done no ginseng, but you don't ever tell nobody where your sang patch is either. That might be something me and Dad do, is go looking for a few bunches of sang. But we'll move on up the road and see what we can come up with. I wanted to show you here. I'm gonna end this video here. But I got about a quart. Right there's my line. I got about that many berries. So you can tell I probably got about a quart. Probably a little less than a quart. But I wanted to tell you on this, if you've seen the dogs take off real fast, and I didn't go all the way out through this what you can see here. The main reason is the dogs found a little white-tailed friend out there and got sprayed, which is a polecat, a skunk. So Eugene will not be sleeping in the house for a pretty good while. I got to figure out some way to get the smell off of him. I've heard of tomato juice, so I might try to do that. But be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video. Share it with your friends, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, and talk to us a little bit. We try to comment back and forth, and I'll take criticism, I guess, and but tell me I'm doing a good job. As Ralph Stanley would say, brag on me, and or tell me that what I need to do better. But I'm slowly learning this video stuff, so bear with me, and hopefully I'll have a part 2 for you. Be sure to go back and watch my other videos. I got all different kinds of videos. I've got farming videos. I've got Flannery genealogy videos. My great-grandpa was involved in a shooting, and I've been doing a docu-series on that. So go back and check it out. And we hope you stay tuned, and we'll see you next time, good Lord willing. God bless.